It's the first map in this BO3, Team Liquid on the defensive side, and they are stacked up. Look at the C site, 2 players there, one with a stall your control for Fnatic of your backlines with your Killjoy, the turret's being removed. So there is a gap here for Jamppi. Just depends if Boaster's still going to be watching it when he gets around that corner.
It did take Fnatic quite a lot of time to sort of pick their spot of where they're going to be planting. So a lot of these players from Liquid have been given the opportunity to rotate. Chronicle up close, ready and waiting, paranoid up, and actually, he's going to be cleared. Good start from Redgar, but the trades are immediate. An instant double drop from the side of Liquid, and now getting onto this plant is going to be so difficult. An easy cleanup from good for Liquid, and it's one that we've also seen Fnatic lose. So I think it was definitely high up on the orb count at the moment. You don't want them getting a showstopper.
This bite definitely has some teeth to it. And there's the first bite for soulcas. Already dropping one. Alfajer down. They're still moving towards this A site, though. They're going to take the control back and look to fight them. I don't know if they're aware of quite how many players are waiting here for this play. Nat snuck up close, but he's caught off guard by Chronicle's spot. Now following up should be difficult. 2 solid kills. Damage done. Yeah. Fnatic. Obviously, there is a turret, but there's nobody to man that turret to keep it active, so they're flanked wide open. And Derke's already down. Boaster left in a tough position. There's players in front of him, but he doesn't know about the late flank coming through. 50 HP, has to check that it's not being diffused once it's tapped, and that's when Sayf will strike. Beautiful coordination from Team Liquid. They will walk away with the second round. Just a few pistols, and that's enough.
Yeah, I think, again, someone that we've been highlighting all the way through.
A lot of preference towards this A side. Always moving towards soulcas. Nade gonna go through as well here. Alfajer's in a lot of trouble. Those paint shells are coming and they're gonna take him down. Boaster, the last man standing here. Very little to be done in this round. 1 shot onto Redgar, but 3 more victims to find. Sayf is the first blast pack through. He swings, and there was a trade coming in from Jamppi. Either preference is most definitely towards this site. The wall up allowed an isolated duel, but it hasn't been won. Now the A side is under serious threat. The showstopper fired up top, and it'll get soulcas.
Yeah, huge first pick as well. It makes that retake a little bit less deadly. Post-plant seeming inevitable, but they're trying to hold on to a lot of space on this Liquid side, and this flank coming through once again. Jamppi finding a big kill initially, starting to pincer in on the remainder, but Boaster shuts him out. That second layer to the lurk. Now this retake looking pretty rough. Redgar trying a few TikTok plays here and there, and it has garnered a little bit of extra space through. A second even coming up here.
This is winnable now. They've actually got the cover. Look, you can try to spam him off it, but if you walk through that smoke, Redgar's going to be there. Never mind. Being taken out of this one. They know that's not being diffused. Final players spraying away. Good kill for Sayf. Nade as well. This is so winnable. He taps it. Boaster's got to swing and check him. He's still diffusing, but he'll win the duel. Even with a showstopper in his back pocket, but didn't want to burn it up just there. And he's on the rotate to B. This is going to have to be a retake.
I think he's just going around.
No.
Taking his time. Trying to destroy some of the utility. They failed to do so, at least initially, but they will manage to bypass it. Now he can still, that's the thing, he can still play that denial a little bit further forward, and instead Jamppi's using his utility to just push up behind them. Hasn't been spotted at all. Waits to make sure that he can get a couple, and even the aggression forward has failed. Jamppi has just taken over this round completely, and while Chronicle is far too far away.
10 seconds left.
That is just amazing. Redgar should clean this one up. What an unusual position for him to be in. That is cool. I like playing playtest with you.
Well, Boaster.
Or Boaster, yeah, that's goddamn right. Alpha down right away in this round. Fnatic losing 1, but that's okay. They can still steam forward to the A site. Boaster might even get a fight here in mid, but Jamppi too quick with it.
He's looking good today. Looking comfortable on the Killjoy. Not playing the operator like he used to, which makes me at least that little bit happier. And for now, Defender Lockdown is going to almost force them forward in towards this A site. Spike dropped. Both players have just run off without it. Still on the ground behind them. I guess just trying to do as much damage as humanly possible, but Redgar is just waiting on the corner. It's almost like he could sense the Chronicle was there, but not the same for Derke, and the smoke is going to shroud just enough time for them to get this plant.
That's just perfect. Okay, the spray does a little bit of damage, forces the reposition as well, buying time for Nats to get ever closer. A lot of these walls here are paper thin as well, and you can see that already Nats is trying to take advantage of that, spraying through. 82 left on Derke, and he's gone. A wall bang headshot from Nats to close out that round, and we go 4-2.
It's been a great start to the game for Jamppi especially. 7 and 2 on the scoreboard. Nats maybe that a little bit further behind. Mitch will be happy.
You've got a nightmare that could be coming to take you in the form of the Nightfall. And a showstopper for Sayf. Certainly no.
They got 4 ults now.
No Cosmic Divide. Not anymore. Nice shot, Derke. A brave challenge onto Redgar. And it's worked out here. Traded it back.
And a lockdown available for Fnatic. They have unbelievable amounts of delay potential, and sure, a Nightfall of their own could be fairly impactful here. They may not even need it. Derke up close, has a showstopper as well. He could end this round on his own.
Oh, this is just for control. You're not even seeing that Viper's Pit touch the spike. Literally just locking out their opponents. And look, Derke, he should have a chance here. Halfway already done on that. He's got to fire eventually. That's too shallow. Not even damage, but it's bought the time, and that's what it's all about. Crowd control, and they've been kept back. Now the 3 players looking to steam back through, but the time already waning. They need some kills right here and now, and the kills are going Fnatic's way. You might think about saving, but that's not an option anymore. Sayf's down below. He's on the site, and the Viper's Pit is dropped to give them vision. Well handled by Fnatic. 1 player low. soulcas now on the wall, and he's got one, but where's the fadeaway? How does he cross back? He'll be spotted on the way, and he'll take a second. He's done more than enough.
Yeah, that's the thing. You talk about the fadeaway, but 2 kills, 1 death. He's allowed for rotations to come in from his teammates. He's done an impeccable job of just holding down this side of the map. They've also got the broken door locked down as well. There's not really many places for Fnatic to go without having to eliminate someone along their path. The A site is somewhat open for business, but you can see that Redgar's already set up with the operator. A misstep here could be another man advantage.
Well, that plan's coming through either way, and Team Liquid sit ready, as you said, to convert over those advantages with Fnatic. Not really having a safe place to play from, maybe tree, but they need something else, a corner of their own, and they'll get it. Nats is down. Oh no, Jamppi! He's gone running in with a shorty. You can't expect that kind of play. A kill from Redgar leaves just 1 man, and he's so far away. He can never stop this defuse, and with a bullet in his head, that's assured. There's a good start to this one. Sayf down already, Claire close though. This is gonna come down to timing. What corner's gonna be checked? The shot's missed! Down to the shorty, and Redgar wins it!
No way.
That is a strange fight, to say the least. You might be wondering why Boaster's spraying the floor, worried about Killjoy utility, but it's on B this round. They've got their control, but this is where Nats would have the opportunity to make that spray play. Unfortunately, he's back down to a Phantom.
Oh, that's been heard by Alpha. Bear in mind, Redgar is down to a slither of HP. Didn't get rid of it. Well, an easy kill in the end. And that removes 1 prong to this 3-man retake. The rest all coming from the same angle. It's going to be much more problematic.
We had a good smoke down a moment ago to keep them back, allow the plant. And now it's all about denying that defuse. They've got the angle. 2 players on mound as well. Derke up close. And he's just an annoyance for this squad. Nano off. And so too are the players of Team Liquid, off the site and out of here, running to the spawn to save these weapons. That's Fnatic bouncing right back and looking very good doing it as well. 4 players alive at the end of this round.
Yeah, it does feel if they're allowed to get into their post plants, it almost seems like they're unstoppable. Like, there's been moments in some of the retakes where it's like, okay, maybe a 2v2, but if it's earlier in the round and they have all the utility they need, they can watch onto that flank. It would take them while that spot was vacant. However, they will still have some defensive capabilities, and they'll be decimated by a showstopper.
Yeah, that fake smoke on B really baited them in. Boaster using his utility well just to buy those extra couple of seconds. Nice position from Derke. It's not expected. soulcas, he spotted him though, and will win the fight on a sliver of health. Traded out afterwards, but that is more than I thought he was getting. Fnatic still have the man advantage though. And with the spike planted, time ticking away, it's not in a great spot for them to defend from mound, but at the end of the day, they've got the bodies to throw at this one. Team Liquid need to go huge on an individual level. Only 2 rifles making their way through as well. Sayf's already burned up his nade. Now lose Redgar right away. Man that was doing all the damage last time on Lotus. Nats tries to fill his boost. There's 2, but a snake bite behind him will catch him off guard. Just 2 health left, and that was more than enough. With Sayf falling, we're neck and neck.
Also where the 6, well, obviously 5 of those then come in on the other side, so it is much better start again. We see this aggressive push from Redgar. He has had a lot of success with this operator. Taking down Derke, he has easily been the best player so far in this half. for now at least, Fnatic are going to have to try and work with that. And they do have a Viper's Pit, as does Nats, but maybe not the weapon you want in a Viper's Pit. I don't even think you can argue that one.
I can actually. Rate of fire is pretty high. You just spray a line across it if they're already in there. Yeah, tracers are not great. That's maybe put a silencer on it first. Already trades in for Jamppi. B-side under threat. There's the Viper's Pit. Waiting for that to come through. The plant should be safe. Now here's the thing. Fighting through a pit with this, not actually that bad. He's going to use his own. A counter pit in play. Sayf actually needs to stay alive here, section these players off. It's his position that they're most likely to be in. It's where the Viper's Pit doesn't intersect, but the spike is covered. They're able to get on it. Snake bites fired through, a little shallow actually, almost blocking them in. They don't want to run through and
Leo's
get vulnerable. Leo there, good to get the kill. You know, he's just being sat up close, tanking those shots through, and he'll survive even still. Again, a sliver of health. He just needs the one, and there it is from Nats. Oh, and he's got another! The Odin dropping the pit and getting the round for this squad.
Too often.
Nats can get it. The time is close. I think he has it just about.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. It's from the grave. Chronicle finding two. We looked at him
as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just ridiculous. A round one from the grave. And 6 now on the board for Fnatic. Team Liquid in a scrap to find this final, but soulcas was pushed back by every piece of utility they have in their arsenal. Now a nade online as well. It's going to make it around the corner, and it is on that lockdown. Out of the round. Canceling out every play they try to make here. A Nightfall in play, and look who's close. Taking advantage of it, but he doesn't even get the kill. It was Leo further back assisting. 2 guns trained on that angle. And I think both players red to be on this flank at this point. Definitely now with Redgar finding that. Time to fade back and play the 4v2.
They draw Chronicle. Well, Sayf would have to basically toggle on an aimbot if he's going to have any chance of taking home this round.
So that these players are coming either way, though. That information found, and Derke straight through the orb. It's not a wall. He can walk right through it and take the kills. 2 already, and he's faded back. Nade online, ready to go. And these players still need to pick that spike up and get it back on the ground and activated. Swarm Grenade might buy them time. There's a gap. There's a little gap.
Yeah, we've seen statistically Fnatic have been fantastic in pistols, and I do think that having Derke has definitely helped out with that. We'll see if there's going to be the ability to find any sort of response. Jamppi's stuck in the mud at the back of the site. And, well, they're running out of time now to sort of find anything. Get that plant through. Derke feeling confident and just clears them out. A 4K. I'd be very impressed. Like, I think maybe another match is okay. Again, it's just the ghosts. Is that something we've been underrating? Because we always talk about the shorty, but a chance for almost getting both kills. Yeah, he collats him. Unfortunately, the Marshall not quite as strong as the operator, and, well, maybe gets a little bit greedy himself. He's now fallen.
Still, you'll take it. As long as they don't lose anybody else in this round, they can still be relatively happy.
I think they've already lost time. They've already lost a Bulldog.
They have, but they could recover that. It should be brought to them later on. Never mind. Nice shot. Leo down, and so is Chronicle. Not again. It's all left on in the IGL. Boaster leading by example in this. And a stinger in hand. He might have an upgrade somewhere that he can grab. They've picked up a Bulldog on Nats. Yeah. There's bodies everywhere, though. Left. On his way back through. Going through the wall, tanking the decay. The one advantage here, they don't know where he is, but the second that information falls into Liquid's hands, they should have this locked down. They've got the numbers for it. Nats and soulcas tagged up. It makes it a little easier on that swing in towards the tree, but then you've got to deal with Sayf later and the time ticking away as well. The win conditions stacking up for Boaster. He'll tap it at first to bait them out into the open. There they are! He'll get 2, but like we said...
They've gambled on C. 4 players here, the other on B. A site completely open, and okay, they're going to be given the sound cue, the huge display on the map of the revolving door, giving things away, but getting into a spot where they can do anything about it, well, it's going to be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, there's 12 seconds left, but that plant is coming in. I don't think there's any way to deny it. Never mind, they've denied it for at least a second, pulled him off the site. 4 seconds left. Did they kill him with that nade? If it had have landed, it could have, but Alfajer's left alone. Finds a bit of damage, but that is all. The benefit here is huge. So Leo already got an orb, managed to sneak up close. Now he's making a lot of noise. He's jumping around, jump spotting it, grabbing the information. The idea is that if they see him there, they shouldn't expect Derke to be up close. But now, there's no contact. They've waited their 30 seconds, they've seen nothing, and no! Derke's gone! The showstopper doesn't get let loose. The C's is kept safe back. He can't claim the space he wants, but he might be on for a kill. No. A little too shallow. Leo stuck around. This is a very brave move. Ambitious. He needs to get a lot done from this spot, and he'll get absolutely nothing.
Be able to get the one. Sayf sacrifices himself so the team can get the space in the trade. Although there's going to be a little bit of damage off the utility, you now have to call into question, okay, is this worth risking? Or do you want to just hold on to the weaponry?
No, this is a save. I find it hard to believe they go for anything else, and just look at that body language. We're already seeing these players make that call. Another round for Team Liquid. And, you know, after losing that pistol, I did start to worry a little bit that Fnatic might run away with things, but the response was there immediately, and Liquid are fighting pound for pound up against Fnatic. They're not falling into these pitfalls. Their XX are looking good, and even the way they're pushing and pulling the map is looking fantastic. This is a much stronger squad than the last time they faced, and Boaster, well, he's got some protection.
Yeah, that's the thing you have to bear in mind with this map in general is it has been lost 4 times. Zacia's a god.
There you go. Hey, I'm all right with that conclusion. Backside, tough to play here. Utility falls on you a lot of the time, and there's the paranoia. There goes the C's up behind, forced into the open, and he is down and out of the round. Chronicle was there to support him, but now he's fallen back. A nade right on his feet, and the shells will get him. Boaster, the next line of defense. Odin in hand, good for one. The spray's coming through, but he swung on, and Nats will punish. The smoke not down in time. It would have helped the defenders in that moment, but almost timing it perfectly as that player falls. Fnatic now left in a 2v4. Odin picked up by Derke. He's trying to deny the plant. But again, once the smoke fades, this becomes very difficult to get done. That almost got him. That was so damn close. A haircut for Nats. He's 16 HP down in the water. Nobody wants to be the first one to step on site. Look at that delay power. But it starts to look like maybe they're faking, maybe they're going somewhere else. Good plant spot. Nade coming through, predicting that they'll go there. I'll get some damage maybe.
Walk through, they know there's been an Odin here, and instead they're just going to put the pressure. Boaster just has to retreat.
Yeah, he's not too upset about that, but losing Chronicle, that's going to put a bit of a dampener on this situation. He is seized up, spraying back and getting Redgar. A good kill for Boaster, but he won't be able to deny that plant. The nade has sectioned him off completely. That means Team Liquid get to set up outside of the site. The key thing being Jamppi still has that lockdown. It's not easy to use here. Not easy to use.
He can use it as a counter, though. That's the thing.
Exactly.
If Alpha now tries to use his, throw it in, they can do the same on the other side by exactly the same amount of time.
Good spot.
And Fnatic almost have to just push in here. They have to start moving forward. Now, they've cleared Sayf. That was the sort of danger man within the site, and now they're just trying to destroy that lockdown. I don't know if it's going to work out, so they have to retreat all the way back, buying a lot of time, but also removing a lot of the danger of that cosmic divide, which will now look to fade as they get slowly picked apart. Alpha,
your team apart, but he only gets one this time. And up close, Boaster. Oh, he doesn't, I mean, why would you expect it? Look at that position from Redgar.
No.
Okay, there won't be a punish on the back of it. Could have been an awkward duel. Instead, they're just going to group up and push Boaster on the side.
Again, just farming those orbs early in the round. Something Fnatic themselves have done quite regularly. And once again, building into the seaside. The execution on this side of the map has been sublime. Constantly forcing Fnatic to play a sort of retake setup, not really being able to hold any level of control because of all the utility that's been going through. Really nice shot from Boaster. The spam through the wall does a fair bit of damage, and they're actually going to hightail it. Jamppi has taken so much control.
30 seconds left.
They're aware they gave it up, but a split-second mistake from Chronicle. He's too late to turn around when he makes it round the corner. I like the attempt to wallbang through. But the plan does come in inside the Viper's pit, and this will be very difficult to fight back into. They've only dropped one. The spray is good on the box. Boaster getting tagged up a little more. Derke on one. Nats' fallen. Pit is down, and Jamppi, they can't do it.
Oh my god.
Somehow, they have walked away with a victory in this round, and once that pit went up, I thought it was over.
I feel like Leo, sometimes he'll have like a quieter game, and then he's like that guy in your matchmaking who just seems to...
Lil Derke ended up tagged pretty heavily. Sayf's gonna fire, he's gone! The showstopper helped him evade the paint shells. He'll get a kill for his trouble, but the return is instantaneous from Fnatic. Their advantage, their advantage will be held for now.
I think he was waiting to see if anyone would run through the door.
Yeah, of course. He's trying to spray it quickly because that should be their point of contact if they were going to kill him. It makes sense, it just looks quite funny. But yeah, with Sayf tagged up and left down on 12 HP, Fnatic, man advantage, Viper's Tit to recover.
Boaster is as well.
Yeah, and great information. This does seem like maybe they get a plant, but the post plant will be an incredibly tough battle for this squad.
Just wait to see what Alpha does. Because a lot of the time, the things that this guy will do, the risks that he will take.
Spike planted.
Not this time. Waiting for the rotation to come through for the rest of the team. They're also flanking in. Nats has at least spotted that. Holding now that that turret is offline. Unfortunately, he's not going to win that fight.
Now cut out in the open. An easy kill. Sayf, though, might be able to catch them off guard. A side angle for one. Stops the defuse for now. One away from grabbing a nade as well. And with 12 HP, that's probably his best bet here. Again, it's going to be tapped. Again, it's going to be tapped. And now Sayf knows he had to go through that smoke. He had to take that kill. And there were going to be two guns ready for him to do just that. All right, Tom, that was uncalled for. There was no need for that.
Chronicle's put down. I don't know if that was just a raw spam into the smoke that came out. That was Jamppi from B. That was Jamppi from B that got that. That's such a weird. I need to see that on a replay. I don't know how he's just managed to take out Chronicle, but whatever he did, definitely problematic. Not quite onto the plant either. And while the push through from Sayf is going to drop Boaster, I think again this might just have to be a position where they save him. Redgar might not even allow them to. Already pushing all the way up.
Shadows traveling.
Yeah, that save is definitely the idea for the end of this round over on Fnatic. But it's not even Redgar. Look at Nats as well. Never mind. You can't look at Nats. He is dead.
You can look at his body.
Yeah, we could. What a wonderful view that would be. I think for Fnatic, they're going to have to just save over towards the tree now, tuck themselves in, because you're going to want to take that op out of their hands. You know that for sure.
Sorry, what?
What? No, because they're saving. They're saving the weapons of the tree, Tom.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you did.
You don't understand. Oh, up top, hello! What an attempt, and he's shot down! Sayf out of this round, the showstopper. I'm not sure that's how they intended to use it, but either when they make this push through, it won't be too uncomfortable to defend against. Jamppi lobbing over some of those nanos to try and cause problems, push players out of position, but Fnatic had this on lockdown. 2 players on site, 2 watching the other avenue. Seems like for Team Liquid, turning tail is the only solution, but there's 15 seconds left. They've got to go. It's now or never. And they're running right into Boaster, ripping them to shreds with that Odin. Good night and sweet dreams to this round for Team Liquid. Fnatic coming out. They only lose Chronicle. He's going ambitious, out through the door, looking for the peak. He's swinging in with an operator, and they never expected it.
And as quickly as he's in, he's out. Already gone. And again, it's just allowed for some earlier rotations. Chronicle bringing his util, but that pressure is being thrown in. The spike a little bit further behind, and you can see, once again, they're set up ready to try and deny any form of post-plant. soulcas is looking to almost fight for this. And actually, they're going to try and take towards the spawn, I reckon. He's got his Nightfall ready to go.
It might be the right play here. Try and deny some of that space, try and get these players out of position. The Odin spraying away for damage. The trades coming in from Alpha. They were so focused.
Back over to the C site already. Leo hightailing it in that direction. They've got so much map control. You can understand why they're going to start taking these risks, expecting players to be towards that connector, but they've got to deal with Boaster. Planting without him dying is a problem, and the spam through, maybe a bigger one. Leo's managed to find a kill straight back, but the aggression this time works out. They're going to take that man advantage, and, well, no one can stop the plant for now.
Oh, that should have been a free kill, but good movement. Close to the doorway at least. Derke survives, but now he's going to thrive. 1v4, Odin in play. Already grabs the first. He's up on site in an instant. He could spam through the very tippity top of the mound, maybe, but the advantages aren't massive. He's going to have some of the best shots of his life here. All 3 players lining up now in a firing squad. One behind the mound, one behind the wall, and it's off soulcas' contact when he's too far out to get back around. A lot of the time, his utility has been well timed, but he's moved out now towards the A site. Instead, it's going to be back up from Nats, who's already tagged low. So is Derke, but he's just flying in. Doesn't give a damn. Has a nade, could lob it in. No, instead, he's just going himself. This guy's insane. 11 HP, and they're not even gonna look his way! Little more awkward than it should have been, but it's okay.
He eventually goes down, but it's an easy trade for Alpha. Putting this round firmly in the hands of Fnatic. They're gonna need some heroics on that Liquid side. Whoa, that's a decent start from Redgar. Takes down one. soulcas looking for that fight, but well, he's found it and given the information over to the other side. 15 seconds left, still no plant. Will eventually come through though. soulcas maybe expecting that to be more of a bait, and well, for Redgar, there's just no space to be found.
He's gone for the glass cannon on this, and he'll be the last man standing trying to convert this round. 3 players to take down, and they get him through the smoke. Fnatic show just how many players are here and then get the kill elsewhere. Redgar onto Chronicle. That opens up C a little bit, but as we said, you still have Alpha over that side of the map.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, now the time becomes a huge issue for the side of Liquid. 25 seconds. Derke is using their own smoke against it. Now they are going to actually use the snake bite and now try and split back. The thing is though, Leo was waiting, watching for them to try and make this move. Derke finally taken down by Timmy, but now Jamppi's all that left. 10 seconds to try and make this work, and you can see Alpha's gone. But he will get the plant. He's managed to grab the spike and escape in the last second. Boaster, does he take a risk here? No, he's gonna have to wait this one out, and with the lockdown, he can buy a little bit of extra time.
Oh my god, this is winnable somehow for Jamppi. After all this and tagged up on Boaster, it's the Alpha trade that you're worried about, and that's why it comes through in the end. Lockdown destroyed, and Team Liquid in much the same state. That map is done. Force themselves a chance at skipping any more lower bracket runs. We'll begin this by looking at a very 2 kind of strange walls, sectioning off the site, TP through by 2 as they look to take control over Bath on the defensive side. They've lost the site, they've lost the plant, but they've got a foothold here to fight back from. Good blind, but soulcas won't be able to follow up with a kill.
Yeah, this is almost like a reversed round at this stage. It looks like they're about to encroach on the site, and instead, you've got Jamppi trying to watch the cross flash. It actually doesn't catch Derke at all, but he's going to shut him down anyway. The pistol god has met his demise, and now for the remainder, all coming through from the same angle on this retake. They are being decimated. Only one man standing, and soulcas is full. That ult can be something mentioned by the desk already. And well, actually, never mind. It's going to be the classics just destroying soulcas.
Someone have a sneaky guardian there or something? Like, what's the way? How did they win that fight? Not bad to start it off. Nat's gonna do some chip damage on the way across, grab 1 kill, but he needs to get out of here with the spike. And even then, he needs to meet back up on his way through hookah, and he won't go that way. Good idea. There was an aid ready for him. Instead, it's long. Sight, though, has some players here. Oh, that was a stylish kill for Sayf. Left down to 50 HP, probably wants his teammates to take these fights. Now it's safe. He'll go down. The trade not there either. Good chance for Leo, doubled up already. You know, this is getting scary. Around the Team Liquid should have a lot more control over. It's down to a 2v2. And they don't know where these final players are coming from. One of them is known, and there's the other. Okay, now they can put them in a box.
They've got the information. Redgar still only having a ghost, but it's Nats just farming up these final kills. It definitely got a little bit dicey.
You have a lot of time to make this push. Look at that utility. Both your wall and your orb are up, so it is go time. Half of what you usually get. That's ambitious, up and over, but the walls give them vision. From that angle, most certainly. Spray's coming through, but as they go for the reload, you think you want to get that push in, but timing it a little off. Oh, a seize came through, but Derke still got 2. He seized up, and it doesn't matter. No one was looking his direction. Jamppi's the last alive with 4 to take down, and oh, there's an 8 on the way. You're tanking a lot of that damage. All of that damage.
He's not tanking at all. Team Liquid. Now Alpha's going to get a little bit of information here. Actually could have decided to shoot out. I thought it would have maybe waited a little bit longer, but with the amount of time left, it may not be a bad thing. And they've gone splitting through the TP. It's somewhat even, but just bear in mind the time.
That's it, they have to plant. There were problems on the site, and there still are. Chronicles here. He won't be able to deny, though. Now he's paranoid. There's a player up close. Out with the classic, and it works! Redgar's punished. soulcas alone, and Leo emerges from that smoke victorious. Fnatic not letting go here. Pedal to the metal as they push up to 2. Yeah. And I gotta say, you know, we start this out over on B long. Derke managed to use the showstopper. It's not somewhere you need to feel pressured to put that utility down, but they've got to play ready for retaking bathroom control. It's why they've got this wall down from Viper. Redgar's managed to make his way in and, yeah, starting to surround some of these players. They don't go for the TP in the end, leaving Bath wide open. And now this has turned into a round where maybe you want to use that showstopper if the opportunity presents itself. There's some chances.
Did they hear Redgar? Did they hear it? That's the thing!
Oh, Spike as
no.
well.
Yeah, I was thinking he's in such an aggressive position that it was almost just waiting to see if anybody pushed off of it, but yeah. Having the only rifle took a big risk to try and get something done in the round, and in the end it ends up is basically just the same as what Sky is doing. It's an early warning system to get them rotations if they need them.
Now they're going to find out they need them. They've also spotted one man, but a rocket comes through. Damage on the soulcas, no kill. That player goes swinging through the teleporter. Here comes some support though. Derke follows him. Steaming through, and okay, Jamppi's going to get caught. Now they know he's close, doesn't matter. Able to win the fight, flash into hookah. Where are they going with this one though? The Seekers pop out, 3 players here. They've got the info, but they've got the site, he's gone in! Absolute lunatic of Redgar. I thought we were gonna see a TP there. They saw 3 people on B, only 1A, but they didn't setting their mid-round on this defensive side. Maybe not upsetting, but it's certainly forcing their hand a little bit. They're stacking up on B, a rotate coming through from Boaster, and just look at the util that they have. You know, orbital strike, post plant come in, drop a Viper's Pit. That defuse is going to be very dangerous. So they have a ton to work with and don't need to feel pressured if they do lose control over A site. Playing post plant is fine.
Oh, he actually misses again. That's not something that's going to happen too often. And Redgar finding that opener is huge. Now they're going to use the showstopper in towards this B site, just hoping to find anything here. It's a completely blind Chronicle, left confused in the site, and Sayf has just taken over. You said they needed an entry man. Well, he's done far more than that.
Yeah, something to get you in the site, and the showstopper doesn't even play any effect there. It's just Sayf firing off, and those players quickly trying to get back in towards the site, but I don't think they actually knew where Sayf was. That player was blind, and he got killed. Maybe it was from hookah. Maybe you never know. It wasn't, though, because they found out the hard way. Alpha, 1 versus 3. Maybe the word save floats around normally, but not in this man's head, and that's why. Had a good chance, but Nat sideswipes him to put the round in Liquid's hands.
Credits are off the charts as well. Should be aware of, and especially with the flash going through the smoke, you almost have to feel that they'll have this idea again, though. As I said, I didn't think it would work out again, trying to face off against Derke, and now they are going to go pushing off of Nats's position. It seems like Boaster might expect him to be here. Timing is going to be absolutely everything. Nats wins that initial duel, but now he's been spotted! The fade utility from soulcas, perfect!
They know that this man's up close, but they can't deal with Chronicle. Snakebite firing through as well, making it difficult. That plant under threat from a spam even. They're able to make it out. Team Liquid, though, have lost numbers. The advantage now sitting instead towards Fnatic. 2 players spotted there. They know there's 1 bat. That's all the info to play with. For Fnatic, they need to group up and push this one together. Derke already going to be tapping and forcing these players out. Blast Pack not going to push them off the defuse, and that's it! It's under their nose! They haven't even pushed them off. I think they might have thought the Blast Pack would... 5-3. Fnatic looking good. Team Liquid on their last legs economically. Bulldogs coming through
That's a
here.
big start.
I've got Derke for sure.
That was wallbang through the TP as well. It's again him trying to sort of take a risky peek. We've seen the same horn go through, this time destroyed. Chronicle stuck in the corner, no chance here, and Nats, he's on a tear. The same over the last round, looking for that fight that could just close the round, but instead, this time he falls back, and I think that's the right decision.
Grouping up together. Snakebite and an orb still to play with. That orb could make its way onto the spike. It has.
There.
Okay. On the site, these players are going to have to deal with post-plant Viper utility. Snakebite's already up and over. It's buying them a little bit of time. It actually came in early, to be fair, so it might actually open them up. They've tapped it. These players need to come through and swing. Now they've seen that's not being diffused. Another bait, but Jamppi wins the duel, and that's it done. Time already too far gone. Leo, his best chance just to get out of here, make it costly. He'll do that. Some damage, but Team Liquid more than happy to take that round. On those walls, you see Nats is on the server, but Team Liquid have been able to get this control for free now. Crossing over, getting lamps. No ulti to counter them. And finally, we see that pick come through. Again, it's not going to be played on the spike. Instead, it's played to catch these players coming back through. That leaves the spike players open. They've already lost 1. Tiger going through as well, trying to locate this Viper. He was playing far outside of the pit for now. Good kill on Derke, flank control completely locked down.
Not ready yet.
And I mean, fighting through this. Oh, they've let it fall. They've played outside of it. They were.
That's the thing. They really don't need it. Their post plan actually doesn't have any sort of plan based around this little piece. A big kill for Leo, but I think again the time is just too far gone. They've been able to delay off the back of the Viper's pit. They've been able to get that after plant in a solid position, and Fnatic have just realized there ain't no way we're going to have the time to clear out all the remaining players back towards mid when we spent our utility clearing a pit that didn't actually give the game away.
Fire in this hole!
Showstoppers traded, both active. One man's on the floor, Derke dodges, but Sayf's got the weapon out first. Nade on its way, pressure under Chronicle, he's gone. And Boaster, they know he's here. They've heard him, they've seen him, and they're ready to take him down, but Boaster, he gets one before he falls. It puts his teammates in a winnable position. 10 seconds left, and the spike has to be planted. Leo toying with them. He stepped up close, stopped the plant with just his footsteps. Now he needs to do it with his weapon, but Jamppi's got the shorty again! Emerging through that smoke, but it's now faded, so they'll be rounding the corner, if anything. No, Derke's just going in dry, looking for the fights. Now he's got support up close. Boaster and himself shifting back and forwards. I wasn't sure if they were taking the fight. Maybe they weren't sure either. That's a lot of information. I believe that they spotted Leo backside.
I think somebody shot at it as well, so I think that might have been the information they needed. Quick push through Derke. He's not wanting to give up this control. It's movement like hell from Sayf to get around the corner, but Derke quicker this time on the trigger. Leo waiting in the corner. They've spotted the ball back, but they haven't been able to clear him. Even hits the dink on the final bullet, doing a little bit of extra damage, but not much at all.
There it is. Plant denied for a moment. It lets these players get into position, and key is Derke. This man is sneaking up behind them, and they have no iota of what's about to happen. That plant tapped again to see if more utility will make its way in. Nothing. It's another tap, and now there won't be a chance to plant it. Derke has shut them down. 10 seconds left. Redgar with a double, but Derke's still here, and he's got an nade. It's making its way to backside. That might land right beside Nats. He'll give his life to get the plant, but he'll get it done, buying them that extra couple of seconds. But Boaster has to win this fight, and he will! Fnatic neck and neck at halftime thanks to that play.
A huge round from Derke. Like, he starts things off with an aggressive peek down long, fighting tooth and nail versus them, goes all the way.
In the follow-up, that's the way
also
to go.
true. That works as well.
The Team Liquid strategy. Well, Fnatic have certainly got a lot of space. Plant coming down, and that's a feature of this map from what we've seen so far. The plant coming in before a fight, and it's the duel for the attacker's side that works out in Sayf's favor. Might put some pressure on these long players. But it's the util, right, that they normally have, but this time it's only a molly. They've used their snake bites.
Yeah, the thing is they've left Derke behind. Now, you kind of expect there to be this post plant. He hasn't been caught by the C's either, so he's just sat waiting. They have all run past him. This is not a man you can afford to let go unchecked. And he's watching, seeing that there's nobody on this spike at the moment. Chronicle is just killing everyone off. Derke is still just sat within him, but he actually takes so much damage from that Molotov. Even still, though, it's left onto Redgar.
He's gone, but they didn't need to worry about that. They had Derke locking it down. That led to them overextending, pushing in to a firing squad, and well, they had no chance from that point forward. Fnatic, they've gone for Boaster's Marshall, so maybe you are onto something with the scoped weapons a little later on. And that's not how you want that one to go. Right away, Derke's down to pistols. Why did they buy rifle? Well, just look at Nats and Jamppi. Like, you can see their HP is being drained completely. That's a free kill from Alfajer on that range. Cage up, no fear of being pushed, and the spike is on its way. So, we're getting some information. All right, they certainly did get the information on where he was. Another for Boaster, and he is, you know, it's invaluable having these. No, why did you plant? Bad teammate. Well, maybe he can get this final kill.
You just call Leo a bad teammate.
Yeah, Leo's famously a terrible teammate. Bad. He doesn't support anyone.
The VLR forums are currently going to be making just end Mitchman thread.
Look, we've long said Leo was one of the best in the world. I think we can get away with it.
It's all right though. No one rational reads those anyway.
Shame that my boy Derek's already dead there on Fnatic. Everybody else in a sweet spot. And, you know, I don't blame Boaster for going out looking for some more. One away, even if he dies, give him a Marshal, yeah, you're welcome to it. He doesn't want them to die to the spike, he wants them to die to him, or at least give him the orb for free.
Yeah, he had to sacrifice himself because he wasn't allowed to get that orb, but ultimately the remaining players of Liquid will go down to the spike, and not much lost in the end for Fnatic.
Left to make a decision, and Fnatic are still spread in a default. Nobody able to trade on those sort of fights late on in the round. Smoke down, rifle back out, but he's a little late getting through the wall. Derke was waiting. soulcas now stuck behind the boxes. He has support coming through in the form of Sayf, but he's caught nade in hand. soulcas has to go huge for them to have a chance. The spike is on its way. It's being planted as we speak. 20 seconds on the clock, and it won't be denied. Now they've got to fight their way back into it. He's wise to wait for his teammates here. I think it was the better call. You kill the planter, they're going to trade you and just plant right after. Derke. Secondary weapons being pulled out, and that's why. Up close and personal. Nade through to cover. Chronicle there to support. That's what you love to see.
Low. They're so low. Like, there's a world where both of those players die and Liquid have a way back into this round. But
you know what that world is? It's if they both take those fights alone. But they don't. They fight together instead.
Yeah. And now you look at soulcas, the man who started this round off, looking to try and maybe pad the stats a little bit. Had a quieter attack side half, just a single kill for him, but we know that a lot of the time he is sort of the backbone of Liquid, that supportive utility being thrown through. Like, the amount of times his haunt had impact was pretty much off the charts to some degree.
That we've seen have success in the past. Bolstered down by a rifle on soulcas, and using a very similar wall to what we saw from Fnatic. The pressure now on. Oh, he's caught on the way out. It's almost cost him his life.
He's lucky to be alive. Very, very lucky to be alive. And even still, that's forcing them into impossible positions. Boaster maybe unlucky not to get a kill there, and they're trying as they might with these pistols. Sayf is forced to retreat completely, and I'll be honest, with 23 HP, it's almost just the amount of time that's going to be wasted off this clock. Like, yeah, a long rotation back and nothing to play with.
Yeah, in these moments, it is almost certainly going to amount to nothing, especially with just a Sheriff. But the reality is he's got to play it like he's going to win it. You start that by making your way towards the B site quite quickly. He's not saving. He needs to die. Maybe it's to the spike. But as a Raze at this stage of the game, I think that orb is more valuable in his pocket than it is in any of theirs. So it's okay for him to go forward and die to one of these players, especially Alfajer.
He's not done that on purpose.
That's a misclick. I think the big smile on Derke's face and the fact that it's a good time as well. I don't think they've got any info that there's players on long. You know, they've obviously been throwing out their Sky utility. There's some free information. The Tiger's making its way in.
Yeah, they know there's at least a couple of players going in the direction of this side Sage position. Up close, not been checked, not been spotted. A chance for him to go huge. Jamppi just killed everyone. Never mind. And now he's completely blind.
Oh, no.
He's been robbed of kills and robbed of a teammate. And more now. The rotation coming through. Fnatic have done well to weather the storm that's coming, and it's not going any better. It's left all onto soulcas again.
I'll find you.
3 kills to his name. He needs to double it. And he's not even going to expect this player in the corner. Leo will get a triple. Fnatic now running away with this. He's going walkabouts, trying to take this round into his own hands. And he is in the perfect spot to cause them issues. Is this going to be checked by Derke? No, it's not, but he's playing it patient, hoping maybe to get a little bit more than just 1 kill, and it'll be 2. Damage onto Derke as well. Not a bad start at all.
Excellent trigger discipline displayed by Sayf. The damage onto Derke is huge. Leo's dead, so there's no healing that back up. Bulldog not able to win the fight, though. That's a little awkward for Redgar. Caught off guard by the timing of the swing. Despite a fantastic opening to this round, they're coming back to pretty close to neck and neck. Team Liquid cannot afford to lose this one. They put their credits on the line. Good kill onto Derke. Finally, but it's traded. Remember, he was only a sliver of HP. This is a huge trade back for Fnatic.
30 seconds
and the
left.
information let them know where the last 2 players were. It's probably one of the most impactful maps for neural thefts. You almost have to leave players behind now. Vulnerable for a second, but no real move off of this. soulcas just looking to try and hit something on the cross. He's going to spot both players. So a lot of information. It means that quickly Nats can reclaim ground that they otherwise would have had to clear. Snakebite out deep, leaves both players trapped towards this right side, and they look to fight this together, look to push through as this firing squad awaits them on the other side, and it's only going to be the one. Boaster again.
Now, they're going to have 4 of them. 2 rounds from now, I'd say at most. This is a big... Oh, okay, here we go. Nats already. He's going to try it, but Derke's on him! See ya! Double barrel gets the kill, and Derke, okay. He's not able to follow up with more, but he's left soulcas on 5 HP. Sayf is blocked out by a molly for a second. It slows his progress, and when he emerges, he'll get the kill. Okay, they're back in this round on Team Liquid. Back in with a chance. Great nade as well. Chronicle. He's not actually going to receive any damage. Must have went through the door. It did. It got caught in the doorway. They might even think that he's not here now because of that.
Oh, well, they definitely know now. First and second kill come through for Chronicle. So many clutch players on this Fnatic side.
5 HP.
And just for a moment, you thought that Liquid would get around on their defensive side, but it is not today. Fnatic on the attack side of Bind are unstoppable. And just like that, they make their path through to the grand final. We didn't expect anything less coming in today. That first map maybe threw a bit of a spanner in the works, but there is a reason that this team has gone through and undefeated at that.
And you know what? A familiar scoreline, 13-6 for Team Liquid as they lose the series 2-0. Flashbacks to champions as well, with them being removed from this bracket, the upper bracket. They still have a chance, though. It's not the same impact as champs where Fnatic sent them home. Instead, they still have their flights booked. It's just a question of what seeding they'll be getting. This impact, we don't actually know.